Hello, intro to stats class. This is next part. It's example 3.2 on page number 137. It's about gastric freezing flunks. So what is it? Usually what they used to do for ulcers. Ulcers seems to accompany modern life. So gastric freezing is a clever treatment for stomach ulcers, and the procedure for that patient swallows a deflated balloon with tubes attached. Then refrigerated solution is pumped through the balloon for an hour. The idea is that cooling the stomach with will reduce its production of acid and so relieve ulcers. So that was about the gastric freezing, but here we're just going to learn few things like how can we relate it to some experiment, or we're going to learn about clinical trial and placebo effect. So let's start it. So very first thing we need to know for this, we need to know when we do treatments could be two kinds. The first kind, it could be clinical trials, and the second one, it could be placebo effect. Now for a clinical trial, what is it? Basically it's a medical treatment. It's a medical treatment on actual patient. Some kind of experiment, they try whether it's effective or not. And placebo effect, it's a dummy treatment. With no active ingredients. All right. So what they have done, they studied about the effectiveness of gastric freezing. They had two kind of design. The very first design, what they have done, first design, that was called one-track design. And in that one-track design, it was simply just directly checking whether imposing treatment, if you impose gastric freezing thing, imposing treatment, does it have any effect on pain? Does it reduce, measure pain? So when we talk about this thing in context of the current gastric freezing, we can think if we have gastric freezing for stomach ulcers, will it reduce pain? That's our question. So we're just comparing, we're just doing a treatment and then we're checking whether it is effective or not. But one track design, afterwards there was second kind of design which compared. Second design, what happened in the second design? The patients, they were given two different kind of treatments. So patients divided in two groups. Patients were divided into two groups based on the treatment given. All right, they were divided into two groups. So first one was gastric freezing, and the second was placebo treatment. So first group, they received gastric freezing, where they actually got some kind of inflated balloon in their stomach with freezing temperature solution inside. So this one had the balloon at freezing temperature, and this one had balloon at body temperature. So it was kind of dummy effect, dummy treatment. So what happened, the outcome was, in this case, uh, people saw that 34% for the gastric freezing of 82 patients improved, and the other case they saw that only 38% of the 78 patients improved. So when we look at the numbers here, we pay attention that it's 34% and here 38%. So not a big difference. It's not a significant difference where we can easily say that yes, gastric freezing really worked and placebo effect didn't work. So that puts a question mark. How effective is gastric freezing? So from here, we had a conclusion. Conclusion was made. What was the conclusion? That gastric freezing was no better than placebo or freezing, or simply placebo effect. And placebo effect where they had the balloon at body temperature, no active ingredient for the treatment given. So that's all. Please try to finish the homework. If you don't get anything, please let me know, loop mail me or leave a comment. Thank you so much. Stay safe. Bye.